In the Bosnian capital Sarajevo, mourners brought flowers to a convoy carrying the remains of 175 victims of the wartime massacre of Bosnian Muslims in Srebrenica. The newly identified victims are due to be reburied at a memorial near Srebrenica on July 11th, the anniversary of the 1995 mass killings by Bosnian Serb forces. Nearly three-quarters of some 8,000 victims have been identified and reburied at the memorial center. In Moscow, supporters of the Yabloko Party held a rotating one-person picket outside the upper house of parliament, the Federation Council, to protest against what they called its meaningless activity. At its next session, the chamber is expected to approve about 40 draft laws already adopted by the State Duma. The protesters said that the Federation Council merely approves legislation without considering it. In Iraq, insurgents say they have taken over military barracks in the northeastern part of the city of Tikrit. Video distributed by the insurgents shows fighters seizing weapons and vehicles left behind by retreating Iraqi forces following an exchange of gunfire. Militants of the group, known as the Islamic State, have taken control of sections of northern and central Iraq, forcing hundreds of thousands of civilians to flee. In northwest Pakistan, the government of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province has declared a state of emergency at 3 major hospitals following the deaths of 4 people from Crimean Congo hemorrhagic fever, also known as the Congo virus. A senior doctor said that all 4 victims were Afghan nationals who had been admitted in the previous 3 days. Another 8 infected patients are being kept in quarantine. The Congo virus is commonly spread through tick bites, but can also spread through close contact with an infected person. Also in Pakistan, women displaced from the North Waziristan tribal district said they have been denied ration cards and cash promised by officials to aid displaced people. One official told RFE's Radio Mashal that he had received orders not to distribute aid money or ration cards to women. The reasons were not immediately clear. As many as 700,000 people have been displaced by a military operation against insurgents in North Waziristan, launched in mid-June. In Kabul, the UN assistance mission in Afghanistan announced that civilian casualties in the first half of 2014 increased by 24% over the same period last year. UN Human Rights Representative Georgette Gagnon said that 1,564 civilian deaths were reported in armed conflict in the country between January 1st and June 30th. Gagnon said that fighting is increasingly taking place in public places and near civilians' homes, and that authorities must do more to protect civilians from violence. And that's the video roundup from Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty.
All parties are taking enough effort.